So, let's talk about kidding.
I'm sorry, but this is where we live. Please join us.
Kidding is a show on Showtime that premiered September 9th, 2018. The head writer and creator is Dave Holstein. You probably know him for Weeds, Raising Hope, and some show called The Brink. It has Jack Black in it.
Previously on The Brink.
Oh, hey, man. Come on, man, don't, buddy. No.
And this has a fantastic cast. It has Jim Carrey, Frank Langella, Judy Greer, and Catherine Keener. And everyone is at their best. This is one of the best shows I have probably ever seen. I mean, the acting is fantastic. The story just keeps you hooked. I mean, every episode I just want to keep finishing it. And I really had a personal connection with this one. And we're just going to get right into it. As usual, I'm going to talk about the story, the characters, and my overall view. We start off with our protagonist, Jeff Pickles, an icon of a children's television show, a beacon of hope and kindness to America's impressionable young minds and the parents who grew up with him, who is also involved in a multi-million-dollar branding empire. But when his beloved family begins to implode around him, Jeff Pickles can't find any fairy tale or puppet that could help him through his crisis, which advances faster than he can cope with. It is as funny as it is sad. I love all the characters. They complete the story. But there's one character I want to talk about, and he is my favorite character in the show. And his name is Jeff Pickles. And I also think this is Jim Carrey's best performance, because I believe Jim Carrey is Mr. Pickles, because they share so much similarities, and I'm going to tell you why it's his best performance. So here we go. We're going to travel back in time. The year was 1994, the year that made Jim Carrey. Now, before 1994, Jim Carrey has only done a few roles and mostly known for stand-up. But this is the year that he did Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask, which were huge blockbusters and really launched him from the living color guy to a comedic icon. And Jim felt confident enough to do something a little bit more darker than he was used to. And so we got the god-awful Batman movie, came out the year after. And right after that, he went back to doing something he knew he could do. Another Ace Ventura movie. And then he wanted to do something a little bit more serious. So he went to do The Cable Guy, which is directed by Ben Stiller. It was a little bit more of a darker role for Jim Carrey, and it didn't get really well received at the time. And it kind of failed at the box office. So, after that, he went to do something he was used to, yet again. Liar, liar. The year is now 1998, the year that The Truman Show came out, which I believe was his first true role. It was the role that really solidified Jim Carrey as a good actor. Gets to show all of his range as a performer, and you get to see the other colors.
I guess that's the great thing about this project for me, is I get to show the other colors, which I have. It's just I'm not used to expressing them.
The year was 2004, the year that Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind came out. A film directed by Charlie Kaufman. He's a fucking awesome director. But I feel like Jim Carrey really had a personal connection with this role. because the movie is about a man who decides to get his memories erased about his ex-girlfriend. And I felt like at that time Jim Carrey wanted to not be remembered as just the funny guy. He wanted to be taken seriously as an actor. And the whole message of the movie, which I'm going to quote a YouTuber, which he does really good content. You all should check him out. His name is The Film Essay. The mind is most fulfilled in what is spotless, what is new and exciting and different. Internal sunshine leads to happiness, but true happiness is only found in what is new. So, in a nutshell, I feel like Jim Carrey is his happiest when he does dramatic roles. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about kidding now. So, spoilers, if you don't want to know anything about the show, I would stop right now and watch it, and then come back if you want. The whole show is about Jeff Pickles dealing with the loss of his son, and the whole theme of the show is like processing your emotions, and how if you don't process them correctly, it could affect not only you but everyone around you. And Jim Carrey is a very emotional guy, and I mean, he's kind of a weirdo, but he knows how to express his emotions.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
And I feel like Jim Carrey has been through similar things as Jeff Pickles has.
The struggle to maintain your innocence, maintain that wonder and that divine spark in a world that's seemingly cruel and out of control. Also, the grief aspect of it. How do you keep that together when you've been hit by a freight train? And, I have. And I know what that's like.
Like every time Jeff Pickles tries to do something new, he gets rejected because everyone around him wants him to stay the same. And I think that's why Jim Carrey is Mr. Pickles, and why this is his best role yet. So you should go watch it. Oh, by the way, I give it a 9 out of 10.
With a badass seal of approval. There's your review.
Find your dreams come true, and I wonder